How's it going, guys? Sadly to say that the development of the roads has not really got very far since we started, but it has. Don't get me wrong, it has. I've moved it a couple of layers back. It's just, this was a little bit tricky. So what ended up happening is when the soil kind of dropped, it started to mount up like it does into a giant column, and it started to become real tricky in that I had to get a balance between the amount of ore and stuff that I shoveled into the hopper versus the amount of times I was running over here and sort of either dozing or digging the great big bulge that stuck up here to bring it out. Like at the minute, the soil doesn't roll how I was expecting it to roll, so it is getting a little bit tedious. Annoyingly so. It was at a point where, if you remember how we did the coal mine when we had the truck underneath it, I was almost better off doing it the old way with the truck and sort of dumping it where we wanted it to be. You will see that I have made a little bit of an extension to the whole conveyor system in that we've got this, and we've got the wooden roof, and we've got a digger up there with a trench bucket on. Why a trench bucket, you say? Well, I tried using an excavator with any other bucket, and it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. I wanted to be able to scrape into the side of the cliff, or to the side of the hill, or whatever, and just have all of the dirt kind of just roll down in. And no other bucket has seemed to be working. Tried the ripper, because I'm pretty sure, like, I remember ripping and I used to turn it to voxels. No, didn't work. The trench bucket kind of works. So at the minute, what I'm doing is I'm just like nibbling along the top of the cliff to hopefully let it all to roll down, because I'm at a point now where I'm like wanting more dirt, a lot more dirt, like more often, so that I can actually get this moving. It is a very big project, and it's probably too big, the sort of undertaking that I'm doing. Most people that you see are blasting the dirt away and just getting on with the ore. I'm kind of doing the opposite on this. I'm using the ore to get what we need to do. But the running costs for everything else, it's about 25 grand every time it clicks over. So that's like 25 grand a day. Well, let me just drop down to the lithium down here. It is covered over with dirt right now because I bulldozed a lot of dirt off the top down here whilst I had the front end loader, and I was scooping it up, stuffing it in the hopper. But yeah, there's a bit of lithium here, but I expected there to be more. I'm not going to lie to you. So the vein that was here, I still haven't fully uncovered it. And it's sort of, it goes patchy like this. It will have a little bit of lithium here, but as you see, it doesn't sort of, it's not here in the pay dirt, it doesn't come down. Whereas the coal ran all the way down in the seam that it is, the lithium for some reason hasn't seemed to do that, which has made digging the lithium out really weirdly tricky because it's not where I thought it'd be. So it's been complex. I haven't been able to sink the time into this that I wanted to at the moment, so that is also why we're a little bit thin on the ground with videos as well. But ultimately, it is a very tricky undertaking that we've gone into here, and it's probably like, it's massively bitten off more than I can chew. With the game in its current state, we have just had news, which way am I going, that we are going to get less updates, less frequently, shall we say, but potentially they bring more changes / content. So what's happening there is the developer, Christian, is saying that because the changes that he wants to bring now are getting to a point where they're sort of getting big, and he wants to have more time where they get tested in, we're going to get updates probably once a month, which that's still fine. I've played a few games that have been out for years that don't even get updated that much. So once a month, I would say that's pretty good, especially for a game that's this arguably young still. As long as he keeps pushing, keeps developing, I think in theory the base will be pretty happy with that. I have seen a few people getting frustrated, and I would like to kind of, I don't know, address that in the case of this is just one guy developing this, and the amount of time that Christian is spending developing this, and obviously for us playing it, there are people out there who've got all the time in the world, it seems, to play this game. I am properly stuck here. So you start to hear people complaining that, oh, we need another update, or this needs changing, or that needs changing, or, you know, constant changes and evolution of everything. And obviously Christian's just one man trying to work on this, and he's doing what he can do and the best that he can do, and some things take a lot of time. And like I say, I've played games where, I mean, it's taken 7 years before you get a little bit of a change, and that's with a 12-person studio. So to have one guy doing the development of the game, and don't get me wrong, he's also relying on other plugins that he uses. So the voxel thing is a plugin that he uses made by other people. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is people are starting to complain because they're playing the game too much, and then they're not happy with it in its current state, and that change isn't happening fast enough for them, and maybe they just need to chill out a little bit. Like, still play the game if you enjoy it, but maybe be realistic and understand that one man is trying to fix all of the problems, and not every problem is easily fixed. I think that's the nicest way of putting it. I don't know. I'm going to have to recover this because we are well and truly stuck. So this is what I'm saying. You see how the dirt is like just falling and just piles up? And I can smooth it out. Of course I can smooth it out, but then it disappears. So all that dirt that I've been processing and piling up, we just remove by, well, by trying to level it out. So it is a long old process. It is a long old process, I'm afraid. With a few changes work-wise and just the way the life is, I don't have as much time to sink into this game to dig a big hole like I did over here with the coal mine. A little bit gutting. I really did enjoy it. For some reason, the time-lapse system in the game, for me personally, has started to go a little bit strange. So since we had the last update that brought in the auto-save function and all this sort of stuff, if I try and make a time-lapse now, I have my auto-save feature off, so that's that. But if I try and make a time lapse now, randomly it'll just switch itself off. And I was like so weirded out by this. I wasn't sure if it was something that I was doing wrong or what, but obviously I record videos so I could see what I'm actually doing. And I was doing everything you would normally do, everything that you'd expect to do. Just randomly the time lapse was, yeah, it was just shutting itself off. Don't really have any answers to that, so it makes it a little bit frustrating because obviously I don't want to sit here and capture endless hours of me digging all this earth away when a time lapse feature would be absolutely perfect for that, because it gives me exactly what I want to show you guys. So if I do get you any footage, it might just be a little bit few and far between, which isn't what we wanted to do. It's not where we're at. Whoop. I could just skim off the top. We do have a good couple of meters there of dirt that we could just eat away at. I've got to be realistic though and think about the running costs of the system. So this was working, and now it's not. But then this is what I've been doing. I've been going through a process. I've been doing a little bit of something here. I've been selling machines, getting new machines, having another go at a different process. At the moment, I'm going to be looking at getting rid of all of this again. Whoop, especially if we're going to fall over. Yep, here we go. I'm going to sell all of this again, and we're going to go buy a front end loader. It's doing what it needs to do. It just takes a long time to do it. Annoyingly, I did also look, and it's like looking at the height of the road versus the height of this platform here. The road's lower, so it's not going to be like perfectly straight off the top. So yeah, kind of what I've been doing when I can is just scooping in and just dumping it down, hoping that it'll fall into the conveyor belt system, trying to get as much as the pay dirt as we can, and like just dipping down into the lithium. We did start at the bottom, in all fairness, doing the lithium mine, and then I was like struggling to dig what would you call it, like the cave out, struggling to dig the side of the face out, because it's not that it wasn't reachable. I could reach it. It's more that the bucket deletes or above it without collecting any ore in it. So I'm just going to be out here digging away for forever and a day, just trying to get me all that soil, just to try and get that road building. I just thought I'd just catch up with you guys. Well, let you know really, because it's been a while. Since I've dropped the video, and I don't really have anything to show you. I guess is the awkward thing. But I'm going to keep doing this, and the road is slowly growing. We move, we live, and I guess I'll see you next time, and hopefully I've got a little bit more to report. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for checking out the update. Catch you again later. Take it easy. Bye for now. Bye.